All right, guys, welcome back to the King Student Athlete Spotlight. I'm here with graduate student Lauren Casey. Lauren, so how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty well. So, take me back to your roots. I know, like, growing up in Nanticoke and, playing basketball, like, where did your journey really start?
I feel like I was just surrounded by basketball my whole life. Both my brothers played basketball, my dad, my uncle. So I figured, like, I would be playing basketball for the rest of my life, but they got me into biddy basketball at a very young age. I think, like, even before, like, the age deadline I was playing. But then I didn't really, like, figure out I loved basketball until I started playing AAU and travel, and that's where I really realized, like, that's what I want to do. I want to play college basketball.
After your basketball journey was done in high school, you chose to, leave home, kind of go away from, Nanticoke, Wilkes-Barre, that kind of area, and you went to Eastern University. So, like, what made that decision for you at the time?
I actually decided to go to Eastern University at, like, the end of July. Like, I did not think about going to college. Well, I knew I was going to go to college, but I didn't want to make the decision of where I was going to go to college. So I feel like I definitely could have put a little bit more thought into where I wanted to go, but I knew I wanted to leave the area and see, like, what I could do outside of this area.
So after that semester away, right, you came back here your spring semester of freshman year. What ultimately brought you to Kings?
I just remember my visit with Coach Hodge, and I remember, like, sitting down with her and, like, thinking, like, oh, like, I really want to play for her. And, like, both my parents really wanted me to go to Kings, but I just really wanted to play basketball at Kings.
With your basketball career here, right, you dealt with a pretty serious injury that sidelined you most of your sophomore year. Was there, how was that for you, mentally, physically?
It was definitely a lot mentally and physically. But after meeting with many doctors, they told me, like, if I refused surgery, I could probably get back for at least a few games. So, like, that was obviously the route I was going to take. I didn't want to take another redshirt year. So just seeing, like, the light at the end of the tunnel and knowing, like, if I, like, get through these couple weeks that I could go back to playing basketball, like, really helped me in that situation.
I've been injured before in my career, playing for as a cordio or even in high school. And there's always times where it's like, I feel like I'm back. Like, you're like screaming, like, I'm so back right now. Was there ever a moment where, like, you felt that?
Yeah, I definitely didn't feel that at all when I came back from that injury in the sophomore year because, like, you're on crutches for 6-7 weeks. So it wasn't until, like, my junior year when I was playing pickup in the fall, I was like, okay, like, I feel like I'm back now.
There you go. With that adversity that really hit you within your career, like, you did a great job. You came back becoming first team all conference. You had second team the year before that, and also honorable mention. What helped you, like, reach the success after your injury?
I think I just surrounded myself with a lot of people that wanted to work hard and had a good work ethic, and we focused a lot more on the we get to instead of we have to. And obviously, like, I couldn't become first team without a bunch of teammates that would pass me the ball. So obviously, shout out my point guard, Katie Lewis.
And then also with that, you're a fifth-year senior, right? You had the option to walk away. You could have, not played anymore. Like, what brought you back?
I actually knew I was going to come back for my fifth year, my freshman year here. It was, like, I got COVID, so I didn't want to, like, waste any more time. So I took a redshirt year my freshman year. So I told Hodge from that start that I was obviously going to take my fifth year.
Nice. And you're playing another sport now, right? Women's lacrosse for you. Like, tell us how that whole story worked out.
Yeah, so actually, Allie Lindsay, a senior from last year, she recruited me and Katie Lewis to play lacrosse because they needed more players. And we didn't think we were going to love it, but honestly, like, we stayed. We loved the coach. The sport is so fun. So something to do, keep us out of the NARP life for right now.
There you go. I did the same thing this year. So my senior year, I joined track and field over at my college that I go to currently. So how does, like, the preparation work for that for you?
Yeah, we wanted more than 1 week off between basketball and lacrosse because obviously basketball is such a long season, and through that season you get so many injuries and you just don't want to take any time off to let the injuries heal. So we got 1 week off between basketball and lacrosse, so put a couple Band-Aids on bullet holes, but we got out there.
With that too, right? You play in two sports, so I'm assuming you're a leader both on the court, on the field for lacrosse, or in the classroom. Like, what does leadership look like to you?
For me, I feel like I'm a leader by example, so I'm big on, like, keeping a positive attitude when things get rough and just having a strong work ethic and, like, bringing people along with me. I want everyone to be on, like, the right track.
Kind of leaning with that too, like leadership, King's College, it all kind of, like, ties together. So, like, what does it mean to represent King College as both a leader on campus, off campus, and everywhere you go?
I think it's a really great experience, just like being a student athlete in general, because not many people get this experience. But at Kings, I just love it because you go to class every day and people know you from being a student athlete, and, like, other student athletes know you, and the professors like congratulating you on your wins or seeing something on social media about a big accomplishment. It's awesome.
With that too, like I know you're neuroscience. You guys are working on a project right now. I saw an email go out.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that for you guys. With that though, like balance is a really important thing. So like, how do you balance, being a student athlete, all the schoolwork you have to do? You probably have various labs and all other kind of stuff like that. So like, how do you balance all of it?
Yeah, well, right now I'm a part-time student, so I'm only taking my research class, but I'm doing an internship at Geisinger Pharmacy. So, like, that's a lot to balance right now with school, but when I was a full-time student, I did have, like, labs twice a week, 3 STEM classes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I always tried to put a fun class in my schedule. So, actually, last semester, me and a couple of girls on the basketball team, we did ballet, so it was a lot of fun.
So, Lauren, when you're being a student athlete here, being a leader on and off campus, transferring back home, battling injury, becoming an all-conference player here, what do you hope to take away from your story?
That setbacks don't define you, but how you look at them does.
Awesome. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning into the King Student Athlete Spotlight. I've been Ethan Poore. This has been Lauren Casey. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.